Hello, guys. Happy Sunday. Sorry, I did not put my makeup face on because I wasn't expecting to talk to you today. I have just finished this last characteristic and conclusion paragraph assignment. I've gone through it. I decided to print those out and go through them just to help you out. Okay. Um, I'm kind of fussy today because there are some things you guys are not doing, and I don't know how else to explain it. So let me do it simple, okay? You are getting more than any Comp 2 class that I've ever taught is getting, okay? You are, I'm going through pretty much every paragraph in your paper, or I have at this point. So, I know that we're in difficult circumstances. I kind of get that, but I totally get that. I'm the same way. I'm kind of I have good days and some days I mope around because I really enjoy what I do and I miss it. But here's the thing. I'm not talking to you as high school seniors at this point. I'm talking to you as college freshmen. That's your future. That's where we've got to go. I can't do anything about what's happening with the virus or what the school's decisions are, or I can't make us have prom. I can't make us have anything that you want and I want for you. What I can do though is give you a walk into a college campus where you don't have to take English. Okay, you're done. That is a relief, and many students don't have that. And that is I'm sorry, there's a bee right here on my arm. So I'm trying to give that to you. Okay, so and you have to remember that I teach online every semester. Okay, Comp 2. And so this is not a new thing. This is not, you see the bee? This is not, I might have to move. This is not something that that is unique to you, okay? This happens all the time, every semester. It's been going on for years, okay? So I need you to kind of get up out of whatever funk you might be in and help me out here. Okay. Now, I do want to say that I'm going to be fussing a lot here, but I'm not fussing to those that have been doing an excellent job, and you know who you are because it's been reflected in my comments. You are doing what I've asked you to do. You are making changes where I've asked you to do, and I wholly appreciate you, and your grade will reflect that. Now, here's what I want to fuss about. These are some things I'm seeing. I am looking at these papers, hard copies, and there's nothing that's been changed. Your intros have nothing that I've asked you to change. You are not putting film title in italics. You are not putting citations. I am seeing things in the first paragraph where you have a definition, but there's no lead in to the quote, like according to author's last name. I am not seeing quotation marks. I am seeing so many instances of you using beginning quotation marks, but there is no ending. So technically what that means is the rest of your paper is in quotation marks. Okay, so you're either not putting quotation marks or you're not ending them. And then some of you just aren't putting a citation. That's the parentheses with the paragraph number where you find that quote, or the page number, depending on your article. Okay, so let me bring this down to reality to you. When you don't put quotation marks around someone else's words, what you're telling me is those are your words. Okay, that is what you're saying to me. So when I know for a fact that these are not your words, it's plagiarism. And if we were in a regular classroom and I didn't know you as seniors and you were in my freshman English class, I was back at Hines, you would have a 0. I would say, you have an F in the course, you've been dropped. End of story. And I've done it numerous times. I don't know what else to do. You've got to have a lead in, you've got to have quotation marks, and you've got to have a citation. And if you don't do that, that's 15 points per quote. And I'll tell you this, automatic F on the paper. I can't give you any more than that. So I have so many of you doing that, and you've got to stop. You got to go in and you've got to make corrections. I have given you a gift. I have given you more sweat and tears and time than I would at any other class. Now go and do something for me. Make these corrections. Okay, you're not doing it. I'm not seeing the second disorder article. Remember, I gave you a Hines one and a Google one. You're not using both. You have to use both in your paper. I'm not seeing film review articles. Not seeing the quote from a film review. Okay, that's 20 points. That is a source I've asked you to use, and you're not using it. Some of you I'm seeing like according to Pre-Roast, and then according to Mayo Clinic, and then I might see according to Linguisky. Okay, what that tells me is that you've got 3 disorder articles, and you very well may, and that's fine and dandy, that's perfect, but make sure in the works cited you have 3 entries, 1 for each one of those, okay? If you're calling, if it's Stan Smith, and at some point you're saying according to Smith and according to Stan, that'll be counted off, use the last name. Another thing I've noticed with film review articles, use the reviewer's name. I really think that you're going to have a reviewer's name. I don't think you could have found an article where the reviewer's name is not something that you can find. So a lot of you are saying according to Los Angeles Times, which is fine, but you've got to include the name of the reviewer. If you've looked at your review and you can't find it, group me, message, and let's see if we can't, because you really need a reviewer's name, just like you have to have the author with disorder. I'm trying to think of other things, connections. Some of you are just, I don't know what it is, lazy. You're calling a tilt shot a pan shot. Know the definitions. Plain and simple. That destroys your entire paragraph. The content will be off the charts, what I count off for, if you are getting film definitions confused. Some of you are talking about depression as your characteristic, and you do an excellent job describing the scene where depression shows through the character's actions or words. And then in the film devices, you never mention depression. Like the word is never there. And maybe at the end in your conclusion sentence, you say something about anger and being aggressive. How is that connected to depression? Now, sometimes people have bouts of anger from depression. Okay, but where have you discussed that with me in the paper? Oh, you haven't. Okay, that's a problem. I think my main gripe here, guys, is I'm not seeing changes for the good. I'm not seeing, I'm just not seeing the things I've asked you to change, and I need to, okay? This is the last chance. I'm not going back over anything. I'm done going through, because I went through your paper and looked to make sure that quotes were done well. If I caught a fragment, I marked it, but I didn't look at everything. And here's another thing. I got a little angry during my grading, and so let's say you're putting the period before the parentheses in a citation with a quote every time. I'm tired of changing it because I've been doing it 4 other times as of now. So I may correct it 1 time, but that is your responsibility to go through the rest of the quotes and fix them. Okay. Now, my last rant, your RenWeb grade will probably be mainly working on the first 9 weeks. The first 3 9 weeks, right? And you will all probably have a pretty good 4th 9 weeks grade, okay? Your Hines grade will be vastly different, okay? You need to understand that. 30% of your grade is this research paper. And then we have that last paper, and I don't remember the percent, but you can look that up by clicking up on the syllabus tab. It'll tell you. And then we have our final, okay? So we still have a lot to do in here, but based on what I'm seeing today, or what I saw, some of you will fail that research paper. If you are not in this, if you are done, we need to see if the drop date is still available for you. Because some of you are slowly moving into that, I'm not going to pass this class, or I'm either going to make a D. It's not everybody, it's just some. It's just, I'm scared by looking at the papers I saw today. Maybe your plan is this week to get down and dirty and fix those papers, and I hope so. Okay, I really do. For your sake and mine, I really do. If your plan is to complain at the end that we did not get to see you face to face, I will do a Zoom meeting with you and whomever else and the academic dean at Hines, and I will show him where I took every single paragraph and gave you comments. If that is your plan, maybe rethink, okay? Because I've covered myself. I've done this before, and I want you to do well, but I can't do this for you. You got to help me out some. So I'm done fussing. I just need you to get in there and work on your stuff. Come on. This is your future we're working with here. So get excited about that, because college is great. College is great. You are in a little funk right now. I know that, but college it will be your saving grace. It is wonderful. Okay? So let's look forward to the future and get on that. Questions, these are the times to do it. Works Cited will be due Monday by 11:59. I've already given a page that describes everything you need in there. Okay, guys, I love y'all and I hope to see you very soon, and let me know if you have questions. All right, bye-bye.